Assalamu alaikum. Hello my dear students. Next week inshallah you are going to do your English test. This revision will help you do well in your exam paper. So bring a paper and a pencil, brace yourself and let's get started. In this revision I will cover the both skills included in your test, reading and writing. And this is part number 1, which is reading. Here students, you can see a type of question that you will see in your coming test. Here you have to read carefully, read the full text and then choose the correct answer from A, B or C. Let's have an example. I want traveling. I loving traveling. I love traveling, or I would love traveling. Of course the answer will be love. Why? Because we use the gerund or the verb plus ing after the verb love. You say, I love swimming, I love fishing, I love shopping, I love traveling, and so on. Now students, I am going to read the full text and then I am going to help you answer the whole questions. I love traveling. Last year I went to Europe with my family. We flew to different countries and watched lots of sights. Rome was my favorite city, and I can still what? How fantastic the Colosseum seemed. Next year we went to Australia, which was wonderful. Now let's answer the question. I love traveling. Last year I went to Europe with my family. Here you can see the time marker last, which is used with the past simple tense. The past simple tense is the verb plus d or ed or ied, and note that there are some irregular verbs like take, took, cut, go, went, and so many verbs that we had in the class. So here you have to use a verb in the past simple tense. Last year I, of course the answer will be went. Last year I went to Europe with my family. We flew to different countries and watched lots of sights. Saw lots of sights, looked lots of sights, or watched lots of sights. Of course the answer will be saw, and saw lots of sights. In case you see and, which is used to connect two sentences, the tense after and will be the same the tense before and. Here you can see the verb flew, which in the past simple tense. Then the verb after and will also be in the past simple tense. We flew to different countries and saw lots of sights. Rome was my favorite city, and I can still what? Still know how fantastic the Colosseum seemed, or I can still remember how fantastic the Colosseum seemed, or I can still find how fantastic the Colosseum seemed. Of course the answer will be remember. I can still remember how fantastic the Colosseum seemed. Next year we. So here students note that we use next, and next is a time marker or a keyword for the future simple tense, which is will plus the verb, the bare verb. Also we can use next for the future using am, is, are plus verb plus ing. Here you have to choose from. Next year we would go to Australia, are going to Australia, or had gone to Australia. Of course the answer will be are going. Next year we are going to Australia, which what? Wonderful, future. So the answer will be, which will be wonderful. Now students, I am going to read the full text again with the answers. I love traveling. Last year I went to Europe with my family. We flew to different countries and saw lots of sights. Rome was my favorite city, and I can still remember how fantastic the Colosseum seemed. Next year we are going to Australia, which will be wonderful. Question 2. Here students read the text and choose the correct answer from A, B, or C. Number 0 is done for you as an example. I am what a good holiday in Australia. Here you can see the auxiliary verb am. And we had the present continuous tense, which is am, is, or are plus verb plus ing. You can't say I am, have, no way. Also you can't say I am, had, no way. But you have to use the verb plus ing after the verb am, is, or are. I am having. 0 is done. I am having a good holiday in Australia. Now get ready. You have to choose the correct answer from A, B, or C. I am having a good holiday in Australia. When we arrived here, the weather, look here, we used the verb in the past. Arrived, the verb plus ed. When we arrived here, the weather, so we need a verb in the past also. When we arrived here, the weather is, was, or be. Of course, the answer is was. The weather was bad, and we were very upset. Now the weather is better. This is present now, and we use the verb is, present. Now the weather is better, and we go out day. Every day, about day, before day. Let's try. If you say, for example, before day, it doesn't make sense. No meaning. And if you say or choose about, look, now the weather is better and we go out about day, also it doesn't make sense. Let's try every. Now the weather is better and we go out every day. It makes sense. So this is the correct answer, every day. This week we are staying in the city of Sydney. The city of Sydney. Before city or countries, big countries, we use the preposition in. This week we are staying in the city of Sydney, but last week we went to Great Barrier Reef. This is a place there. I liked what? Swim, swims, swimming. Exactly like the verb love, the verb like. We use the gerund or the verb plus ing after some verbs like and swim. Like and the love. So the answer is swimming. I liked swimming there very much. The water was warm and the fish were all different. Different what? Different size, different shape, or different color. If you complete here, you can see blue, yellow, purple, red, and green. So we are talking about colors, not sizes or shapes. So the correct answer is C, color. Blue, yellow, purple, red, and green. Australia is beautiful and we don't want to go home. Love, Hassan. This is a letter. So students, I am going to read the full text again. So watch carefully. Dear Joe, I am having a good holiday in Australia, when we arrived here, the weather was bad and we were very upset. Now the weather is better and we go out every day. This week we are staying in the city of Sydney, but last week we went to the Great Barrier Reef. I liked swimming there very much. The water was warm and the fish were all different color. Blue, yellow, purple, red, and green. Australia is beautiful and we don't want to go home. Love, Hassan.
Another example. Here we are going to read a short passage about robots. Read about robots and choose the correct answer. Fill in the spaces with the correct answer from A, B, or C. Number 0 is done for you as an example. Most robots you see in films look a bit like people. In English, we don't say on films. Also, we don't say at films, but we say in films. Most robots you see in films look a bit like people. They can walk and talk, and like people can think about what to do things, how to do things, what to do things, or which to do things. Of course, the answer will be how. How to do things. For example, some of the robots from the Star Wars can speak what languages? Much languages, many languages, or lot languages. Of course, the answer will not be lot, because in English we say a lot of or lots of, not lot. And of course, the answer will not be much, because much is used with uncountable nouns, like water, like milk, like sugar, like salt, and so many words. Here, students, you can count languages, one language, two languages, and many languages. So, many is used with countable nouns in the plural form, many languages. In real life, most robots work in factories making cars, and like they don't look like we at all, or our at all, or us at all. Of course, here we need an object pronoun, ضمير مفعول. So the correct answer is us. They don't look like us at all. The what popular type of robot has one arm and no legs and does just one job. The as popular type, the more popular type, or the most popular type. This is superlative. So the correct answer is most. The most popular type of robot has one arm and no legs, and it does just one job. Robots that are used in industry, الصناعة, robots that are used in industry are controlled by computers. George Devil what the first digital robot in 1954. George Devol is the inventor of robots. So, George Devol invented, or invents. This is an action in the past. So the correct answer will be invented. Something that happened in the past. Invented. Now I am going to read the full text with the answers. Most robots you see in films look a bit like people. They can walk and talk, and like people can think about how to do things. For example, some of the robots from the Star Wars can speak many languages. In real life, most robots work in factories making cars, and they don't look like us at all. The most popular type of robot has one arm and no legs, and it does just one job. Robots that are used in industry are controlled by computers. George Devol invented the first digital robot in 1954. The last example. Here, students, we have a short passage about the sun. Read about the sun and circle the correct answer from A, B, or C. Let's start. Our sun is a star. The star is a huge ball of hot gases that give off heat and light, or gives off heat and light, or is giving off heat and light. Here in this sentence, we are talking about the sun. The sun is the subject of this sentence. The sun is singular. So, With singular nouns, we add s to the end of the verb. So the correct answer will be gives. Let's read again. Our sun is a star. The star is a huge ball of hot gases that gives off heat and light. It is what of gases called hydrogen and helium. It is made of, make of, or making of. This is a passive sentence starting with the object, it. So, with the passive sentences, we start with the object, then the auxiliary verb, and then the verb in the past participle tense. The past participle of make is made. It is made of gases called hydrogen and helium. The outside of sun, of a sun, of the sun, of an sun. Of course, the answer is the. Why the? Because we use the with unique things or rare things. The things that we have only one thing and we have only one sun in our universe. So we say the moon, the sun, and so on. The outside of the sun is 11,000 degrees Fahrenheit. The sun's surface is about 1,000 times as hot as the hottest day on Earth. The sun is much what than the Earth. The sun is much big, is much biggest, is much bigger. Of course, the answer is bigger. This is comparative. The sun is much bigger than the Earth. The sun looks small to us because it is so far away, about 93 million miles away. What Earth? 93 million miles away from Earth or on Earth or off Earth? Of course, the answer is from. About 93 million miles away from Earth or the Earth. The sun is the center of our solar system. The solar system is the sun and the system of planets that go around it. Now let's have another style of reading. Read and answer. Read this passage about the sun again and put T if the answer is true or put F if the answer is incorrect or false. Here, students, my advice for you all is to read the questions first. At the beginning, read the question and then read the paragraph. So later you will find the correct answer easily. Let's read the questions first. 1. The star is a small ball of hot gases. Is it T or F? Let's check after we finish reading. 2. The Earth is much smaller than the Sun. 3. The Sun is the center of the solar system. Now I am going to read. Students, hold a pencil and your paper and write T or F. T for true sentences and F for false sentences. Listen carefully. Our sun is a star. The star is a huge ball of hot gases that gives off heat and light. It is made of gases called hydrogen and helium. The outside of the sun is 11,000 degrees Fahrenheit. The sun's surface is about 100 times as hot as the hottest day on Earth. The sun is much bigger than the Earth. The sun looks small to us because it is so far away, about 93 million miles away from Earth. The sun is the center of our solar system. The solar system is the sun and the system of planets that go around it. I think now it is easy for you to decide which is the sentence true or false. 1. The star is a small ball of hot gases. Of course, false, because the star or our sun is a huge or very big ball of hot gases. The answer is false. Right F. 2. The Earth is much smaller than the Sun. Yeah, that is true. The Earth is smaller than the Sun. Correct. Number 3. The Sun is the center of the solar system. Of course, our Sun is the center of the solar system. This is true, a true sentence. If you can't find an answer for any of these, you have to go back and read, check your answer again, read carefully, and find the correct answer. Let's go on. Here, students, I have another reading. Read and answer the questions that follow. And as usual, you have to read the questions first. Here, take the right alternative. This text, the text that we are going to read about right now. About what? Books in the new school, computers in the new school, or Anne's new school. We will decide later after we finish reading. And then write the missing words. Read the paragraph and write the missing words here. Upstairs there are many classrooms, a lot of what, and a library. The computer room is next to what? Downstairs there is the what, and the what office. Outside there is the gym. Let's go back to the reading. Read carefully and then fill in the spaces or take the correct answer. Listen carefully. Hi, my name is Anne, and this is my new school. It's a big school for boys and girls. There are about 700 students. Some of them aren't English. They are from different countries. Upstairs, he means upstairs of his school. Upstairs there are many classrooms, a lot of toilets, and a library. The library has got 40,000 books. The computer room is next to the teacher's room, where there are 30 computers. Downstairs there is the canteen, where students have lunch, and the headmaster's office. Outside, outside there is the gym. It's behind the school. In front of the school there is a courtyard and a garden with many flowers where students can play. Now students, you have to pause the video, read again, and then answer the questions. Now, I think it's easy for you to answer the questions. Take the right alternative. This text, this text is about books in the new school? Of course not. Or only computers in the new school? Of course not. Or Anne's new school? Yes, this is the correct answer. This text is about Anne's new school. And then write the missing words. Upstairs or upstairs of his school or this school, there are many classrooms, a lot of what and a library, a lot of toilets and a library. If you don't know the correct answer, you have to go back to the reading and make sure this is the correct answer. The computer room is next to what? Next to the teacher's room. If you are not sure, go back to the reading passage. Downstairs there is the canteen and the what office? The headmaster's office. Outside there is the gym. Another reading. Read about Simon Baker and his visit to the doctor. Then answer the questions that follow. Let's read the questions and go back to the paragraph. Question 1. Who did Simon visit and why? 2. What did the doctor say? 3. What has Simon decided to do? 4. What will his wife do? Now students, pay your full attention. Let's start reading. Listen carefully. One day Simon Baker went to the doctor for a checkup. He felt fine and told the doctor he had no problems. The doctor examined him carefully and listened to his heart. Then he said, I have bad news for you. You will have heart trouble if you do not change your lifestyle. First, you must lose weight, do more exercise, and get more rest. Simon was unhappy with this news. He loved fast food and hated exercising. He also liked to work hard at his job. But now he has started to worry about his heart. Simon told his wife the bad news, which worried her too. Then she said, the doctor is right. Maybe we need to make some big changes in our lives. I have decided to make big changes in my life already. I will eat less and exercise more, said Simon. I will help you, said Susan. I will exercise with you every day. I was also thinking about taking a real vacation. Let us take a trip somewhere, a place where you can really relax. Yes, good idea. Why not? Now, students, let's answer these four questions. Number one, who did Simon visit and why? Simon or he visited the doctor for a checkup. Who did Simon visit? He visited the doctor. And why? For a checkup. 2. What did the doctor say? The doctor told him that he had heart problems. 3. What has Simon decided to do? He decided to make big changes in his life or in his lifestyle. 4. What will his wife do? She will help him. Part 2. Writing. In the coming test, inshallah, students, you have to write about life in the future. You have to cover these four ideas. If you follow these guidelines, you will write well. 1. Will life in the future be different? Explain. Write if the life in the future will be different, will be the same. You have to write about this. And also you have to write about schools. How schools will be in the future. 3. Write about how people will travel in 2050 in the future. How will people travel? 4. Where will people live in the future? What about their houses? The same or will be different? Right. And you can add your own ideas. You have to cover these four ideas and then you have to write your own ideas. You can add more ideas to your writing. Students, this is a model answer for this writing, life in the future. Of course, you can write yours. This is only a sample. I think life in the future will be different than now. Life in the future will be easier and more comfortable. Traveling in the future won't be a problem because people will not probably travel by planes and they will perhaps travel by spaceships. I think there will be journeys to space and the moon. Students will not go to schools because they will probably learn and do their lessons on the internet. In the future, when the earth is full, I think people will build their houses underwater, or they will probably travel to live on the moon. All in all, life will be fun in the future. This is the end of this revision. I hope I could live up to your expectations. See you next time, inshallah. Goodbye.